to our Frogland lesson. This is the video number 2. The first video we did a warm-up, and now we're going to be doing the your masterpiece. We're going to be creating your Frogland using 1, 2, or 3 frogs within your composition, and then drawing a background around your frog. So what you are going to need are your oil pastels. So they came in a bag, a Ziploc bag like this. And what's best is to lay them on a paper plate or a piece of scratch paper or maybe even newspapers. I like to put mine in an array, like in a circle, going red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, brown, and white kind of on the bottom. So I'll show you my setup and I'll show you Zach's setup when I'm done telling you the supplies you need. So you need your oil pastels in your Ziploc bag. You're going to need to open your Ziploc bag carefully so you don't rip it. Like I said, something to have your oil pastels on. You are going to need your warm-up paper that we already did with our 3 different perspectives, drawing a frog. And I left it up to you whether you wanted to use that 4th panel to draw your own frog or try a different perspective or to practice one that we've already done. You need your drawing aids. There were 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. You also need a scratch paper that's in your art supplies, just a blank white piece of paper. And finally, you are going to need your large piece of white construction paper that was given out. And if you have like a paper towel or a napkin that you can get wet, or a wet wipe, that would be really useful for when the oil pastels get on our hands and we want to change colors. We can wipe the oil pastels off of our hands. I would get a wet one and a dry one. So I have a wet wipe and then I have a dry paper towel. So I'll say it again. Oil pastels with something to put them on. Your drawing aid, your warm-up, your 4 drawing aids, scratch paper, your large piece of white construction paper, a dry and a wet wipe. And pause the video, go get those things, come on back, and we are ready to start. Zach, are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to be using this big canvas right here for mine. Zach's going to be using his big piece of construction paper. You're going to be using your big piece of construction paper. So I'm going to show you Zach's workstation because he's all ready to go. And this is something that you might want to pause when I flip to Zach. You might want to pause and set up your workstation this way as well, or you do it however you'd like. So, Zach, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi, so there's Zach's workstation. He has his oil pastels in a rainbow array, and then he has all of the materials he needs in front of him. And we are ready to go. Oh, and if you have any loveys at home that are frogs, okay, feel free to go get them. I went and got all of our frog loveys so that Zach can look at them, touch them, turn them all different ways, front, side, any way he'd like to in order to maybe help him. It's just another aid. It's a three-dimension visual aid. Okay, so if you have any frog loveys, go grab those. That's always fun. Okay, so Zach, do you want to start us off by reading what we always read?
Sure.
Come on over. You ready? Keep these things in mind while we're working today, okay? Number 1.
Number 1, always try your best. Number 2, if you get frustrated, take a deep breath. Counts to 10. Take a deep breath and try again. Number 3, everyone's artwork will turn out differently. Your artwork is uniquely yours. Number 4, art is not perfect.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, let's get started. Everyone's ready. We have our workstation ready. We're ready to go. So I'm going to show you the loveys we have. So here, this is a cool frog, okay? And this is the different coloring on it. It has some stripes coming down the feet. It has some brightly colored hands and feet. It has some stripes coming down the side here. And here it has big, big eyes off to the side. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in front of Zach. He can use that. Yes.
I think that's where Joey got his frog.
Yeah. When I'm gonna show them their portfolios and they can see. This frog, Lovey, it has a heart. So we're gonna pretend if we use this frog, Lovey, we're not gonna be using the heart part. We're just gonna be looking at the actual frog. Okay. So this frog is has eyes at the top of the head, way up here, and then just has a big, big mouth area. And we can look at it from the side. We can look at it from the front. And we can look at it from the other side. Here you go, babe.
Thanks.
And then we have this tiny little one right here.
Look at this.
Okay. Look at that one. Look at his tummy. It's a different color. And then we have 3 of these beanbag frogs, okay? So these are the little beanbag frogs we got going on here.
Mom.
Yeah. One, there's a red one. I mean a pink one. Here's an orange one.
I
and
think that's Joey's or Sammy's.
I think this one's Joey's and this one's Sammy's. And this one is a blue one. So here you go, Zach. You have some to look at there. And then I'm going to show you some of the portfolios from Zach's siblings. So this one right here is a Frogland with one single frog, okay? This frog is drawn from a side profile jumping out, okay? You see he's jumping out to get that fly that he got, that he's gonna get with his tongue. And there's a background. So he has a lily pad right here, and then he has either a pond or a sky behind him. I think that might be the sky because I see some trees coming up here. So that's an example of just a single frog. So if you want to pause this or you want to rewind, this is on minute 7. You can go back to this one. Here is one with 2 frogs in it. This frog is forward facing. The big, big frog right here is forward facing. Big, big eyes, colorful eyes, and then the tongue's coming out to get the fly. And this one's sitting on a lily pad clearly in a pond in like a foresty area or a meadow. And then this frog right here is jumping. There's a log right here. The frog is he jumping? Yeah. Looks like he's about to jump from this log and leap over this frog. So here's a whole different idea. 2 frogs here. So there's some ideas. This is on almost minute 8. You can look at that one. And the last one right here, we have 2 frogs with a background behind it. Sorry, it's laminated, so there's a bit of a reflection. You got a frog over here sitting on a lily pad. And then you have a frog over here. It looks like it's jumping off of this into the air, and maybe it's catching its food. And then the sun's over here. I think that, so this is the lily pad, and it looks like maybe this is the pond, and maybe this is the sky, and this is the background. So that is another Frogland, okay? And that's on minute 8, and 8 minutes with 30 seconds on there. So if you want to go back, it was 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes, and 8 minutes and 30 seconds if you want to ever rewind and go back to those. Okay, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
So is yours going to look like mine?
No.
No. Is mine going to look like yours?
No.
No. Okay, so
course
put your drawing warm up off to the side. You're free to open it, look at anything you'd like, and you're free to choose 1, 2, or 3 frogs to draw, okay? So, Zach, what do you think you're going to do?
I think I'm going to do one about to catch a fly, and I don't really know my second one.
So you're going to do 2 frogs in total?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's thinking 2 frogs. I'm thinking I might do 1 or 2. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. Okay, so I have my drawing aids in front of me. I can use my drawing aids if I'd like to. Or if I'd like to. Some people like drawing aids. Some people like looking at something for a visual. So if you have a Lovey at home that's a frog and you want to look at that as a visual because it's 3-dimensional and you can manipulate it with your hands, go right ahead. So let's get started. So we are going to draw our frogs big. If we draw teeny, teeny, tiny frogs, then it's going to be hard to see them, and then we'd have a lot of color in the background. So let's do our frogs impressively big, okay?
Well, Joey's, he only did one, so he's going to do it really big.
He did like almost the whole paper, right? With the frog. Okay, so we're going to do our frogs big. So, Zach, is your first frog going to be forward facing or sideways facing?
I don't really know.
Well,
Maybe sideways.
Sideways? Okay, so any of these aids you want to use, go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a forward facing frog, and I'm gonna use this right here as my drawing aid, and you can follow along with me if you'd like. I'm gonna pick up my light green oil pastel. You choose the color you want.
This one or this one?
Light green, so it's that one. So frogs come in a ton of different colors, so whatever color you want to use. My oil pastel is super mucky because I have used this.
Okay, I need mine so.
I've used mine for several art lessons this year with Zach Sidley.
Is this mine?
Mm-hmm. So what you can do is you can grab your you can grab either a scratch paper from home, or you can grab the copy paper that you have. We're going to be using this copy paper when we're done to lie it on top of our finished work to protect it from smudging. So you can choose to use this, but if you're going to use your copy paper, only do this on one side. And what you do is you take your oil pastel, if it's mucky and it has other colors on it, and you can just rub the colors off that are making a mess on your oil pastel. So I'm not going all over. I'm just using this tiny little area, and I am cleaning my oil pastel. And I'm cleaning the tip of it on both sides. So I'm getting all the muck off. And now I have a pretty clean oil pastel to draw and color with. So I only used a tiny little space. I'm going to put my scratch paper down, and I'm going to get started. So I'm going to do a big frog right smack in the middle, and I want to leave room for a lily pad for it to sit on. And then I'm going to have a pond, and then maybe I'll have a frog either on the right or the left. So I'm going to start with my big frog in the middle, and I'm going to go to step number 1, which is this oval right here. So I'm just going to do...
can you do like some part of the ocean, but then it stops like in the middle?
Oh yeah, you don't have to do the whole big pond. But first we do the frogs. Before we do the background, we do the frogs, okay? So I'm going to start with the oval. And this is the big part of my body. So I'm going to go like this. You can follow along with me, okay? Or you can do your own.
I'm going to do one frog, Mom.
I'm going to either do a frog off to the left or to the right. I'm not sure which one yet. But I just did an oval. We're not doing pencil. We're going straight to oil pastel. And I wonder if I turn off the light, if you can see my... Nope. I think it's all the same. Okay, so I just did my oval here. Now I'm going to add the eyes. So remember, there's no erasing, right? We're just doing our best. Before you go any further, flip it over on the back. Write your name. Write your name.
In pencil?
In pencil. Yes, go get a pencil. Yep, I like that.
You gave me a pencil, Mom.
Okay. Freeze, everyone. And grab a pencil, write your name on the back so that it can be read easily. Okay, flip it over. Awesome, flip it over. And we're going to continue. Now remember, the eyes are going to go up here, right? Okay, so now I'm going to do half circles for the eyes like this.
Mom, can I do what Joey did? Like
you can do whatever you want. Is your frog forward facing, or are you going to be leaping to the side?
Leaping to the side.
Okay, so you're going to start doing your thing, and I'm going to keep going with mine. I'm going to direct those who want to have a little bit more direction, okay? You just start going.
I might just do a big frog right here, and then do a big frog right here.
Great, I love it. Okay, so I did my body, I did the eyes here, And now I'm going to fill in the eyes with a color. And I think I'll do, I'm going to pick orange for the eyes. So I'm going to take my orange. My orange is a little mucky, so just the tip of it. So I'm going to get the mucky stuff off right there. And I am going to give this frog some really big eyes. I'm going to color it in. And you'll notice that when you're coloring with your oil pastels, some of the oil pastel kind of flakes off. So you blow. You go like this. Everyone practice. Blow. Okay. If you wipe, what will happen, Zach? If I go like this, whoosh, what do you think is going to happen to my oil pastel?
Smudge.
It's going to smudge. So don't wipe. You got to blow. Okay. I'm going to give it the other eye over here. A circle for an eye. Okay. And maybe what I want to do inside my circle of the eye, maybe I'll grab my black and...
I'm up to my feet, Mom. Look.
Oh, great, honey. Maybe I'll give my, inside my eye, I'll do the little black part of my eye. Okay? So I've done my eyes of my frog, and I can even take my light green, or I can maybe even do dark green. It's up to you. And I'm going to color the inside of, or the outside of my eye. Okay? So this is on the outside of the eye, just like this. You do not have to copy me. I'd like you to make your own frogs. Look at your warm-up. Look at your drawing aids. Decide if you're going to draw 1, 2, or 3 frogs.
Wait, you could draw 3?
Well, if you draw 3, you're going to need a lot of room, right?
I
Okay.
wouldn't draw 3.
Well,
I would just stay on to 1.
You've already taken a lot of your paper, so you're going to have to figure that one out. Okay,
Mom,
now...
I'm going to do one little short one right here,
Okay.
bouncing up.
Okay, sounds good. Now I'm on to, so I did step 1, I did step 2, now I'm on to step 3, and I'm going to start drawing the mouth, okay? So I'm going to
Mom,
do
I'm going to do
big
those
mouth.
lines just like Joey, like this.
You do what you like. And then I'm going to give it a big mouth like this. And inside my mouth, I'm going to give it a red tongue like this. Maybe I'm going to have it catching a fly. So maybe I'll go like
I'm having
this.
this one catching a fly, Mom.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm going to actually go like this. I like that idea. Here's my tongue. And it's going to be catching a fly flying by. So here's my big tongue. Okay. You need to decide if you feel like your hands are getting dirty, you can use your wet wipe and you can kind of wipe your fingertips off. Use your dry
Mom,
wipe
I'm doing one
and dry
kind
your
of like
hands.
Joey's.
You do it however you want. And remember,
All right.
we blow, okay? I think maybe the inside of my mouth, I'll make it a dark green. So I think I'll color inside my frog's mouth a dark green. Maybe you want to do the inside of your frog's mouth a different color. You might want to do a different color.
Oh, never mind. I need to do my hands.
Okay, so I just did the inside of my mouth, which means I'm good to go there. And now I am going to add, from step number 3, I'm going to add the front feet. The front feet are small and rectangular shape with a little bit webbed feet, webbed hands coming out, or fingers. So I'm going to do 2 rectangles coming down. 1, 2, 2, and then I can do some webs. I can come down like this. I can come down like this. Okay, and I'm using all green for this right now, but when I color, I might choose some other colors. Okay, so I'm done with step 3, and now I'm on to step 4, which means I'm going to be doing the jumping legs, the jumping hind legs. And to me, they look like little hearts, half hearts. So I'm going to do a half heart here and a half heart here. I'm going to make them big because they're jumping legs, and then I'm going to give them some bigger webbed toes than the fingers, okay? So I'm going to do one that comes out like this. Here's a half of a heart. Here's a half of a heart. And then I can do some webbed feet like this. Okay, I can do webs. Oops. Like that, okay? So now I need to think about colors. If I color all of this in just the same color, it's a little bit hard to make definitions, but I still can do that if I want, and then I can choose to come back in and use a black to outline if I want. That can work. Or I can start playing with some colors. Like I could give this frog some purple webbed front feet. So I'm going to start coloring in this frog's webbed feet.
Mom, should I draw the fly now? Like, over here?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Zach's drawing his fly that the frog is catching. And Zach, should I be blowing off the debris of my oil pastel, or should I be rubbing it with my hand?
Blowing.
Okay. Everyone blow. All right, I'm going to... Here, I'm going to do this.
Wow, Mom.
This web over here. Yeah.
Because of me, that went like...
That went flying, huh?
Like the things like number 1, number 2, number 3.
The drawing aid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's...
Oh, the thing that you read earlier about having a good attitude. Which reminds me, if you feel like something's getting frustrating and you need to take a break, take a breath, and just kind of relax, take a deep breath, count to 10, maybe walk around the room, shake out your hands, maybe go run a lap outside, come back, and keep going. Okay, so I did purple for the front, and I think I'm going to do another color for the hind legs. I'm just kind of making this up.
Should I do one in the air right here or right here?
I want you to make that choice because this is your art.
Right.
Okay. All right, I think I'll give this frog some blue back feet. It can be whatever you want. This can be a fictional frog, which means it's make-believe, it's pretend. It could be a real type of a frog. Maybe
look,
you have a book about frogs.
Look. I'm going to do this one, this green, and I'm going to do this one, this green.
That sounds great. Okay, and remember, I see some white. We're going to color everything in. So anywhere you see white, keep coloring it in.
Okay.
Everything on your paper is going to be colored in. Your entire composition. Look at this one. All colored in. See that? The whole paper, okay? We're not doing the background right now. We're focusing on our frog or our frogs. Okay, I just did the feet. So now, I like how you're adding stripes and stuff.
I'm going to go like this green because this is the mouth.
Sure.
Green is the mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna do my back legs a darker green to give it some definition, a difference between the body. Okay, so I'm coloring it in. I'm doing my best. I'm going at my own pace.
I might not finish this when you guys do.
We're all going at our own pace, right, Zach? So all that white, keep
I'm trying
going.
to do it really fast because my
this hand right here is getting a little bit dirty. So take a break, take a pause, put your oil pastel down, and maybe clean off this hand a little bit and dry it. You have to dry it really well, and then you can pick back up. And when you touch the paper with the hand you're not coloring with, try to touch in an area that doesn't have any oil pastels. Okay? So hold your paper. So if you're holding your paper down, hold your paper where you don't have any oil pastels colored in. That will help. If there's an adult in the house who can help and guide you, if you're frustrated or you're needing ideas, bring the adult over and say, hey, sit with me, hang out with me, do some art with me. Okay? Okay, so with my other green, let's see, maybe I'll do some of those fun stripes down the legs. So here is orange, and I can do some fun orange stripes coming down the legs. Some frogs have stripes, some frogs have spots. All right, here's the front leg, and I'm really trying my best.
Does it look like I'm done with my frog?
I see some white in here. Just slow it down a little bit and color in. I see white over here. So just slow it down, color in where you have any white showing. Okay?
What if the oil pastel runs out?
Oh, there's plenty of oil pastel. Okay, over here a little bit of white, over here a little bit of white. All right, and then I'm going to finish coloring in. Maybe I'm going to give a frog a little belly. Look at this one, right? So this underbelly is a different color right here. This underbelly is a different color right here. Maybe I'll give it a circular belly that is the color of my stripes.
My hand is so tired, Mom.
Is your hand getting tired?
It is so tired.
Well, shake it out. If you need to shake out your hands, you can do this business right here. You can go like this. Sarah's teacher does this. Ready? These are finger exercises that Sarah's teacher does while they're doing cursive. You can do this. You can just go like this. You can pause the video, run around for 5 minutes, come on back, press play when you're ready to go. I'm doing the inside of my body here, and I think I've decided that I'm going to do a total of 2 frogs today in my Frogland. So I'm almost done with my first frog.
I am done with my first frog.
Okay, then you can get going on to your second frog.
I don't know where to put my second frog, Mom.
Well, think about it. Just give yourself a minute to think about it.
Mom, I either would want it up here jumping in the sky. Mom, I would want it up here jumping in the sky or down here.
You decide. You could even do 2 smaller ones. You could do one on both sides if you wanted.
Mine would be the best Frogland. Right, Mom? It's like the best one because you say frog lands. 1, okay. 2, okay. 3, okay, that's better.
Well, we're all doing our best, our own personal
Right now, I'm
best.
going to have a jumping one. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Is mine?
Yeah, that one's yours.
I'm going to have like this one jumping.
Okay, you're going to do a jumping one?
I want to look at this
Okay.
to do it.
So, Zach said he's going to be doing this one right here to do
Mom,
the jumping one. You could do a jumping one.
I think I'm going to do it this color.
Sure. Or you can do a side profile like that one that we did. We did this for our warm-up right here. One that's off to the side. We could do that. You could do one jumping up, jumping to the side. I think I'm going to do mine maybe up here in the corner, okay? So I'm going to follow the side profile front. Well, maybe I'll do one jumping up. What do you think, Zach? I'm going
to jumping up.
I'm going to have one on a lily pad here. Maybe I can do one jumping up here.
Yeah.
I think I have a little bit more room over here.
Jumping up.
Okay, maybe I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. Okay, so I'm on step 1, which means you can pull this up if you want to do this one too. We're going to do a circle and then like a little ovalish circle and then another one down below. Okay, so I'll do it right here. So here is that. I'm going to do this one a little bit smaller. Like that. And then I'll do the arms sticking up, which look like skinny rectangles to me. Do the arms sticking up and then some bendy legs coming out like this. I'm on step number 3 now. Okay, right here. Step number 3, I'm doing bendy legs if you're following along with me, or maybe you're just kind of doing your own thing. Even if you're doing your own thing, I want you to listen because I'm going to keep giving you directions. Okay, now I'm going to give them its webbed hands. like that.
Mom, I'm not going to fit the feet like the feet are like under him, like it's behind him.
Oh, sure, sure. The feet are behind him. Yeah. Okay, here are the webbed feet now coming down. Out. Okay, there are my webbed feet. And I'm on to step number 5. Right here, I can give them the little circles on the tips of the fingers.
I'm going to have like the underbelly.
You're going to do the underbelly? Okay. All right, if your hands are getting dirty, use your wet wipe. Wipe them off. Use your dry wipe and dry your fingers. Dry them before you pick up another oil pastel, okay? So I'm just doing the little circles at the
Mom, I
tips.
didn't do that one. I did like these little.
Oh, you do what you want. This is yours. You don't have to follow it exactly.
Oh.
Okay, so now I'm going to do some eyes at the top of my head, and I think I'm just going to have my eyes going way up here. Okay, so my eyes are way up here. And I'm pretty much finished with my body. I'm going to start coloring in. So I need to decide on some colors. So maybe this frog, I outlined my frog in green, but maybe I want to do like a pink frog. Or maybe I want to do an orange frog, okay? You decide, or maybe I want to do a blue frog. So I haven't used pink at all, so I think I'm going to color mine in using pretty much the colors of pink. So I'm going to use the dark pink to color in the main body. And remember, do I blow or do I smudge?
Blow.
Yeah. Although sometimes blowing, sometimes you have to like use your finger to pick some of it off, but don't go, okay, don't go and wipe the whole thing. It'll smudge everywhere. And then you'll get your whole side of your palm all colored. Okay, and the other thing you guys might want to think about, is if you can, while you're coloring, have your hand a little bit lifted so it's not smudging.
Look.
I like your frog. That looks cool. I like it, Zach. Okay, so if you can have your hand a little bit in the air, that'll help it from smudging, if that's possible. Okay, maybe I'll do my light pink for my arms and my feet.
I'm going to do this side on this screen and the other side of this screen.
Great. Everyone's doing their very, very best. And sometimes we might look at something and go, I don't really like that color. I think I want to change it and I want to color on top of it. Like I was looking at my hands, and I was like, I kind of want my hands to be green and my feet to be green. So I'm actually coloring on top of it here. It doesn't always work. If it's too dark of a color and you want a lighter color, then that's not going to work. But,
yep, it's not going to work.
But be creative. Do what you can. Okay, so now I'm doing my legs down here. Everyone's going at their own pace, right, Zach?
Yeah. Aren't we going to draw a sun?
That's going to be part of the background. We're not doing the background yet. Are you going to do a third frog, or are you going to keep it at 2?
Well, you don't have to do a sun, but you can.
You can as part of the background. So my question to you is, you look like you're pretty much done with your second frog. Are you going to be doing a third frog?
I don't know. Should I?
This is your art. You got to decide. Everyone has to decide for themselves.
I might.
You might? Okay. All right, I'm going to fill in the eyes a little bit. I think I'm going to give this guy yellow eyes maybe. But my yellow, I think I need to clean up my yellow. Yeah.
Do you think this is fine or add another frog?
You know, my opinion is that you have used a lot of space for your frog. maybe you want to dedicate the rest of it for your background.
Okay.
Unless you really want to draw a frog from a different perspective that you haven't done yet. Is there a frog that you maybe want to do?
I mean, this is pretty small, so I could take this space up and
Sure,
draw a frog.
you could do that. I don't feel like this is dark enough. I think I'm gonna do, I think I will do orange eyes again. And this time I'm gonna do the whole eye like this, and I'm gonna put, because I didn't really give it much space, and kind of outline it like this with the green, and then I'm gonna give it black in the middle. Okay, what did you decide, Zach?
I don't really know yet.
You're not sure yet?
But it looks like you could do 3 frogs. Like another one jumping to the other side.
Yeah, I did. Well, I think for the length of this video, I'm only going to do 2 frogs, and then I'm going to do a background. That's what I'm going to do. But you do whatever you want to do. Because you can keep going after the video's done, and everybody can keep going after the video's done. So I'm going to give...
What if you done the backgrounds? Can you still do a frog? I
Um,
mean, my background's going to be blue.
oh, once you color in your background, it's too hard to draw a frog on top. That's very, very challenging. Okay, so I'm going to color in the rest of the face, and I think I'm going to do the rest of the face green, then I'm going to give it the nose and the mouth and stuff. So here we go. Here's the rest of the face.
Mom,
Yeah.
do you think I could do this frog right here?
Where did my other green go?
Like right here?
I think you can, yeah. Oh, here's my other green. Yeah, if you want to do another frog, I think you should do it.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to
I'll do it.
I'm going to do the mouth coming down like this. All right? And I can even have the mouth open a little bit like this. And if I want, I can have...
Mom, look, it looks like
do a
he
little
is
tongue
like kind
here.
of far. I put a little ocean here.
Oh, don't do the ocean yet, please. Or the pond yet. We're doing the frog
Tomorrow.
first. Yeah, you're just doing the frog first. All right. Okay, and then I can give him a little nose area right here. And if I want, I can give a little nose area right here too. Excuse me. Okay.
Mom, should this one be catching the frog? Should this one be fighting to catch that fly?
You make that choice.
I don't
You gotta
really.
make that choice.
I don't really want it to.
No. Okay. Don't forget the front legs. Keep going. You're on the front legs and then the back legs. Okay. So, what was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna do some spots on my frog. I was gonna give my frog some spots here. Little spots here. This is gonna be my spotted frog here. And I can give him some spots in the face even if I wanted to. Just some spots here. Okay, it's hard. It might be hard for you to see my spots on mine because you're a little bit further away. Okay, so I have my jumping frog.
I'm looking at there and I can't really see the spots.
You can't see the spots. That's okay. So I used different colors. I tried to be kind of creative in my colors that I used. You know, I can do stripes, I can do spots, I can do whatever I'd like. So I have to I'm going to be doing my fly out here, but now I'm going to start by doing
my backgrounds. My background's going to be blue, so this should be part of my background.
Yeah, that should be fine. So this frog, just like this, is going to be leaping up. I can do what I did here. I can have it leap up off the lily pad. So I can do like a little lily pad underneath it. And then I'm going to be drawing the pond. So here's this guy's lily pad. This one can be sitting on the lily pad, right? So I can actually draw the lily pad under it like this. Okay. So now I'm on on to drawing my background, okay? So I'm doing the lily pads first. If you're still drawing your frog, go at frogs or frog, and you're coloring in right now, pause it and press play when you're ready to start doing the background, because I think that's what we're on to now. Zach, beautiful. Take your time. It's not a race. I know I said I'm on to my lily pad. It doesn't matter that you're coloring that in.
I'm not going like super fast. I'm just like going like medium speed. You think I go like wee?
Okay. All right. So.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm just letting you know you don't have to rush. You can take your time, because even after the video's done, we're all gonna still be coloring. I'm not gonna play this whole video through me coloring everything. It would be a really long video. I just kind of want to give everybody.
Well, I might color everything in this video if I can.
Well, our goal is to give everyone the directions and then to take our time. Do our best. So I'm coloring in my lily pads right now. If there's debris, I blow it off. And if you notice, my lily pads are the same color as my back legs. So what I could do is I could take my light green and I could do like a little line here to kind of define where my frog's legs end, and then have a little bit of darker green here for my lily pad, so that I know that those are my feet and are the legs, and then this is my lily pad. I've seen some kids in the past use their black pastel to do what I just did. If you want to do that, you can. Okay, so I'm coloring in my lily pad. I can use that green again right here to make a big difference there. We're all doing the best we can, taking our time.
I think I'm done with my third frog, Mom.
Taking breaks when we need to. Okay, I see a little bit of white there and there.
All right.
And then you can get onto your lily pad. You know,
if you want one.
If you want to have a lily pad, that's right, because maybe your frog is on a branch or a log. Or maybe your frog is just swimming in the water. Who knows? Only you know, because it's your frog. Okay, so I did my 2 lily pads, and I have my 2 frogs, and now
I'm using this green to color over that blue, because I want to...
Sure, that works. That works. Okay, so now, guys, you know,
Mom, can lily pads go off the water?
They, like onto the land?
Yeah.
They can. So here, this frog, you guys, this frog is jumping off of this log right here, or this branch. So you might have done that. This is where the pond ends, and this is where the land begins, where you see the tree coming up. You see some, it's like a meadow in the background with some flowers. So now it's time to design that part. So you have to pick where you want your water to end. So I might do my water like here. So I'm going to lift up my oil pastel. I did a little bit right here. I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to lift it up. I have a little bit right here. Lift it up, and I have a little bit right here, and then there we go. And I have my water. It can be, it doesn't need to be a straight line. It can be a line going up and down, because maybe there is some movement in the water. And now I'm going to show you what you can do with the side of your oil pastel. Are you ready, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
So grab your oil pastel that you're going to use for the water. Okay, now look. We've been using the tip the whole time, right? Now we're going to use the edge, okay? So watch me do it first, okay? I can practice on my warm-up, and I can go like this. See how I did that? Just a straight across. So why don't you draw where you want your line of your pond to be? Where do you want the line of your pond to be?
Right here.
So is this frog going to be in the pond or out of the pond?
Should it be jumping in the pond catching a fly?
It can. It definitely can. So you want to probably make yours right here. See how I have my lily pad under? And see right here, Zach? See here? The water comes above the frog. Okay? And then I take the side of my blue and I just start making sweeping coloring. And the beauty about doing it this way, two things, okay? You can do it a little bit faster. It doesn't take so much of your little finger muscles to do it this way. And then the other cool thing about just kind of like shading it like this is that you can then use the tip of your blue and make some little waves. See that? See how I just defined a wave right there? I don't know if the iPad is picking it up. I'm gonna bring the iPad closer.
I can't because mine is, pretty strong as a light.
Okay. Well, it's your choice. You don't have to. If you're choosing to like color it in really, really dark, your water, that's really your choice. But I am choosing to use this side, and I'm choosing to just use my light back and forth movement to do my pond.
Oh, right.
And I'm just going all the way around. I'm rotating my hands around. I have a little bit of area right here that I got. I can rotate. I can rotate my paper.
Mom,
I can move my paper
draw
around.
him on a lily pad catching a fly?
If you want, that's totally your call. Okay, what do you know? I feel like, Zach, I told you we weren't going to do our whole thing, but I don't know. Maybe we are going to do our whole composition in the video. It's feeling like that's where it's going, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I am pretty much done coloring the inside of my water. If you're not here, that's okay. You can press the pause button, and I can add more little waves if I want. Okay, that's my choice. That's your choice. And then we can do the top up here, which could be like it would be hard to do because we only have one shade of blue. It would be hard to do like a blue pond and then a blue sky. So even if you want to do a blue sky, that's fine, but you need to give some land before the blue sky. Here, this one right here, it was all green below, and then there's a blue sky. This one, it's the blue pond and then the green meadow in the background. And then this one's interesting because Sarah decided to have pink in here and the sun down here. So it's really your creation how you're gonna do it. So I can add some trees. I can add a tree here if I wanted to, like this. Okay, I could add, and then I can, like I did before, I can do the side and just lightly color in my tree leaves, doing little circular motions if I wanted to, or I could use the tip and really color it in hard. I can do the same thing with my trunk. I can go back and forth like this, or I can use the edge and do it super solid and hard. This is up to you. So I added a tree right there. I can add a sun, maybe high up in the sky here. And if I do that, I'm gonna need to get some muck off of my yellow. So I'm using my scratch paper, but I'm not going crazy on my scratch paper because I'm gonna use this scratch paper to protect my drawing.
Tree over here.
Yeah, go for it. Okay. Oh, and I can't forget my fly. So here's my sun way up here. And I can do some, if I wanted to, I can have some rays coming out. But I'm gonna do my meadow back here. And so, kind of wanted maybe to add some flowers first. So maybe I'll add some flowers. Okay. Maybe I'll add a couple different color flowers. And I'll color the insides of my flowers, maybe like an orangish here, and then I can do the purple all around. How are we doing on time? Ooh, this is getting long. Okay, so
What?
you finish it off. It's been about 50 minutes, 50.
50
Yeah.
minutes?
I know you all are doing.
Close to an hour, Mom.
I know. Hey, this is a really big area you're coloring in, and you're using oil pastels.
Mom, look, a leaf is gonna be falling from my tree.
Okay. And then I have to draw my fly in. How do you draw a fly? So like a little body and a little head, and then the wings. It's gonna get that fly. And then I have to start thinking about my like grassy area, okay, behind. So I might do some grass over here. Maybe some grass back here. Here's the grassy area. Maybe my grassy area comes up like this high. And I have a whole meadow behind my frog. Okay, I could do that.
Mom, look, my leaf is falling.
Oh, I love it. I love it. At the end, I'll show you Zach's. His is way different than mine, which I love.
Yep,
I love it when it's different. All right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So, I think we're gonna wrap it up here, Zach. Remember, if you need to wash your hands off at any time, you use your wet wipe. If you need to blow any of the remnants off, you go, right? I could.
Yep.
So there I did some flowers, I did a tree, I did a sun, and now I can use the side of my blue again. I could even bring my meadow way up here and change my mind, right? First I thought I was gonna do it low, and then I can do, oh, okay, now I want to do a sky back here, and maybe I want my sky to be really, really light. So now I'm just really lightly shading it in on the side, like using the side of my oil pastel. But you get to decide all that cool stuff. And maybe I want to use my orange and get the gunk off my orange. And maybe I want to do like some rays coming off my sun like that with orange into my blue. You decide. Okay, so I didn't realize it, but I did go ahead and fill up my whole paper with you guys. Okay, Zach is working on his. I'm going to show you his work in progress. I'm going to clean off my hands. I finished mine. I have 2 frogs, and then I have my land all around it, my background. So there's my Frogland. I'm going to dry off my hands. I'm going to show you where Zach is. Beautiful, beautiful, so super proud. Then I'm going to give you a close-up of mine. Okay, so here's where Zach is. Let's give a better angle here. All right, here we go. Here's Zach's. Zach, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi. So here is Zach's. You want to lift up your hand so they can see behind you? Behind your arm? Okay. So he's got a couple frogs going on there. How about you lift it up and show them so they can get a full view of it?
Once I do this flower.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So here is Zach's right here. His is a work in progress. I gotta scoot back. His is still a work in progress. Do you want to lean back? Lean back. No, with your paper. Lean your paper back. Okay, so his is a work in progress. He's still working on it. Beautiful. Thank you, Zach. And here is mine, a little bit zoomed in. So here's my first frog. Here's my jumping frog. Here are my lily pads. Here's my water of my pond. You can see the little waves that I did. And then I did some flowers, red and purple. I did one tree off here. I did a sun, and then I did a meadow in the background and the sky. So mine is going to be different than yours. Yours is going to be different than mine. Can't wait to see them all. Make
Mom,
sure.
Do you do the thing like that on the sky?
Yes, that's how I did my sky. And I did it a little bit softer than my pond. Okay, so when
I'm
you
doing
are...
it really soft.
You are doing it soft. So when you're all done, you make sure that your name is on the back from the beginning. And then you're going to take your warm-up paper, the scratch paper that you were using. I'll show you. And you are going to use that scratch paper to protect your completed art piece. Zach's almost done, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do his. So can you pause for just 1 second, honey, so I can show him? So here we go. Here's Zach's. He might need a little bit of more time. I kind of grabbed it from him.
I kind of need more time on the sky.
No problem. Okay, so but let's just pretend you're done, okay?
Yeah.
He has his name on the back. He has his artwork here. Then he's going to take his scratch paper that he's using.
Might be the biggest Frogland.
Might be? You think so? Okay.
Yeah, because it has 3 frogs.
3 frogs. Okay. So it's heavily populated, the most frogs.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to use your scratch paper and you're going to just gently lay it on top when you paper clip this in with the rest of your finished artwork, if you have any other finished artwork. Otherwise, you're going to paper clip. Hang on 1 second. Otherwise, you're going to paper clip this to the side here so that your scratch paper protects it as much as possible. I wish I had a bigger piece of scratch paper. If you have a bigger piece of scratch paper at home, grab that and use it to protect it for when you turn it in, okay? Good job, you guys. Really, really proud of you. Zach, pleasure doing the art video with you. You want to sign off and say goodbye to your buddies?
I mean, finally, tomorrow you can't do it because you had
We had to do it today.
surgery.
Right.
The surgery.
We had to get it done today. Okay, you want to say goodbye to your buddies?
Bye.
All right, we will see you guys for the next art video. Thank you very much for joining us, and I can't wait to see your finished work.